Hello, my wonderful and amazing people. I greet you all. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Now, wow, allegedly, somebody, what we are seeing on the comment section right now is that you, this person is saying that you knows that he has a 12-year-old daughter in hiding. They are saying that you allegedly knows deep down that these children that Jujuobasi is parading may not be his, but he prefers to escape reality. He is also ashamed of what the people will say, what online law will say. That is why he's not trying to, he doesn't want to bow to what people are saying, that these children need a DNA. Anyway, I have always stated and I've always said that children are innocent of what the adult does. I'm going to play this voice note of DPA. The man has explained how and why possibly Jujuobasi's children might not be used children. That he is saying, allegedly, that Stadike and the what's his name, the youngest baby pet Undubisi might not be used children. The only way that they could say it's used children is Judy bringing those children for DNA. And according to the news that was out there in the past, Judy and you have refused to bring those children for DNA. So I'm going to let us listen to this voice note of his and we'll all analyze it together, because this thing that is happening is a lesson to every Nigerian man and woman to learn from.
We are potentially dealing with a lot of people.
My people, listen to this. This is May lawyer,
Judy would have had other
DPA,
men.
that lives in the US.
And given this atmosphere of uncertainty and widespread infidelity and promiscuity, who is the father of Judy's child? Who is the biological father of Judy's child? Is there any reason? Do you have any compelling reason why you will say it must be you? Can you swear it has to be you?
Oh, wow.
Could it not have been any of the other men Judy must have been messing around with? And how do we know? Since Yul has been having extramarital sex without condom, how do we know he did not get other women pregnant? And maybe those ones just decided not to come publicly? How do we know that? You see, pray that you don't have trouble. Be careful how you live your life and pray that you don't get into trouble. If you get into trouble, smart people know how to deal with it. So don't be naive. By logic, just logically calculating it, there is no basis to swear that it was you that got Judy pregnant. Now, the only thing we can know for sure, because it's been admitted, is that they both had sex. They've been having sex together. That we know. The consequence, who got Judy pregnant, we don't know that.
Yeah. Except through a DNA.
It is possible that Judy was shaking the calabash, trying many men, and when she got pregnant, she looked at all of them and asked, which of them would I like to point at? She decided to point at Yul-Edochie. In fact, she might have done it deliberately, but also maybe she's not sure which of the men got her pregnant. It happens. The woman is dating multiple men at the same time and gets pregnant, and she's not really sure which one is responsible. She miscalculates. Maybe she thought you did it. So that is why, as this case goes on, as the controversy goes on, it's important for you to be sure he is the father of this case.
Wow. Now,
There are
wow,
ways
Judy.
it will come up. Let me explain to you ways it will come up.
Just do a DNA.
May doesn't care anymore. She doesn't care. She's decided. She's moving forward. But if we come to child support analysis, that's when it will come up. When they ask you, why can't you pay for the upkeep of May's children? Yul is going to say, I've got other children to take care of. I've got more children. And the law is supposed to consider all the
Children.
But they have to be all your children. So when he tries to say that he's got other children, 2 children from you, somebody is going to say to him, no, we are not sure that Judy's children are your children.
How do you say you have other children? What of the
Do you
ones
get
you
it?
had before you had
Do you
these
get
other
it?
children?
We are not sure that Judy's children are your children. He said, but they look like me. No, the law doesn't consider looking at you. We need scientific proof. And not because, you see, if he was married to Judy, then there is what we call presumption of paternity. The law presumes that any child born belongs to the husband of the child's mother, if the mother was married at the time. Since Yul is not married to Judy, we cannot accord him the presumption of law. That presumption of paternity is not available to him. He was Judy's boyfriend. And a boyfriend is not presumed to be the father. He has to be positively proven to be the father. So that is how we come to the issue of that. We're just, at this moment, we're dealing with biological paternity. We're dealing with biological paternity, which is, was it Yul's sperm that fertilized the egg? Or could it have been some other random sperm from any other random lover she has at the time? Of course, Judy will say, oh, I'm an honest woman. I stick to one man at a time. I never cheated on you. We ask her, why should we believe you never cheated on you when you cheated on Mr. OBASI? If you could cheat on Mr. OBASI, what will stop you from cheating on you?
Oh, wow.
She's going to run into trouble there. So there is no basis to make any assumptions. We need proof.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Imagine when we try to go for DNA. Somebody who is trying to go for paternity test to prove that you is the biological father. What if Mr. OBASI shows up at that moment and says, no, it's not necessary.
They are my children.
She was my wife, and I'm presumed to be the father of the children of my wife. Because that presumption of paternity will apply in favor of Mr. OBASI, if indeed Judy is still Mr. OBASI's wife. So in that case, Mr. OBASI will say, I don't care. I don't give a damn whether you sperm did it or not. She was my wife, so you was just a donor. And let's thank him for donating his sperms.
Wow.
So, do you see now how complicated the situation is? So, please, for our members, and this is the reason why I had to give you this talk. If you are in a customary marriage and you want to dissolve your marriage, go through the customary court. The court will dissolve the marriage. The court will order for bride price to be refunded to the court registry. And the court will state the amount that will be paid. And that money will be paid to the court registry. Then, from that moment, they gave that judgment, you are divorced. Nobody can presume anything anymore. If after that divorce, by the way, 12 months after divorce, or rather 10 months or 9 months after divorce, you are pregnant. If you give birth 9 months after divorce, the child is not presumed to be your husband's child. So do it that way. Don't try to do, because as it is now, we're understanding that Judy is in a proper big mess, because only Mr. OBASI can save Judy. Only if Mr. OBASI comes out and says, yes, I took back the bride price on XYZ day. And I took it in accordance with this. We have no objection. We're satisfied. She's no longer our wife. She stopped being our wife that day. But from what Mr. OBASI is saying, Judy is implying that Judy remains his wife. And we know that Yul is not Judy's husband. When Yul came out and made that statement that it is immoral and sin and against it's abomination to sleep with somebody's wife, it was the spirit, the gods of his Nteje that were pushing him to go and say that. It's more or less a confession. That thing you said was a confession.
I said he was talking about himself.
Really his confession.
People were saying he was talking to me. He was talking about himself. Yes.
The gods of his village are coming after him.
He was talking about himself.
For messing with somebody's wife, or Basi's wife. So, that is it. It's a very convoluted process. The case is just about to begin. The controversy is just about to begin. DPA.
Wow. I said it. I said you was talking about himself. He was talking about him, not